can just leave it
Okay,
the way.
okay, so I'm gonna make you the host, and then can you mute everybody?
No, that's what I'm saying. Just you do it, and I don't think you need to make me the host.
You sure? Okay. Well, if I mute everybody, it's gonna mute you.
Yeah, you can unmute her though. Then just unmute her.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, give me 1 second, please. Sorry. Mute all. Okay, so I'm muting everybody, and then Sabrina, you just unmute yourself.
Gotcha. Can you give me a thumbs up?
Okay.
Everyone can hear? Thumbs up if you can hear. Okay, great. So, first off, I want to start off being very negative and say it is not possible for you to, change after you hear me in just an hour, okay? Because you have to look at this like a process that you have to commit yourselves to. And what you can do immediately is you can make a decision, okay? That's all you can do. And then you have to every day make a decision that you're going to commit to a new process and a new way of thinking and a new way of doing business, okay? So what I will spend today with a whole lot is just on getting yourself to understand why you should want to have a referral culture, okay? Referrals, first and foremost, are important for every aspect of every business. It's not just insurance. When we are in the insurance business, we get paid so much more money than other people that do other things in business that it's almost stupid and retarded for us not to get on this referral train, right? If you were a doctor and you had a small practice, right? If you didn't get referrals, would you have a good business? Go like this if it's yes, or go like this if it's no. Your business would suck, okay? Doctors, people that went to school for 10 plus years, spent over $100,000 getting themselves professionally educated and trained, had sleepless nights so that they could train to work under extreme amounts of pressure. After they graduate, after they go and open their own practice, guess what? If they are not good at business, no one is paying you anything. You still have to learn how to get clients, okay? So there's a couple things that you need to come to terms with. There's no escaping this. You either get to know this and understand how and why this is important, or you will never, ever be in a good business, okay? The doctor has to get referrals. The plumber has to get referrals. The electrical worker has to get referrals. The person who comes to mow your lawn has to get referrals, okay? The other night, we were in our house. Someone door knocked us, okay? You're greeted by a gun when you door knock us. That's just how it goes, okay? But listen, I had mad respect for the person who did this, and we recruited them after. They're door knocking us to come spray for bugs. We get people all the time door knocking us for mowing the lawn. But I will tell you this, no business can escape getting referrals. And the moment you stop getting referrals, you can actually predict the death of your business, okay? And so this brings me to the first question that you need to ask yourself right now. Why are you here? Why did you come to this company? I train my people to be business owners, okay? I train them to be business owners. In our agency, you don't need a title to be a business owner. In fact, if you think that getting a title will make you a better business owner, you've already lost the game. You're already weak, okay? So from day one, when you are an agent in our office, we train you to have a business owner mentality, and we train you to be an entrepreneur, okay? That's why I trademarked business warrior, because business is a death sport. Okay, the longer you're in it, the more likely you are to die, unless you have referrals. Do you guys understand this? The only thing that can prolong your life in business is referrals. So it is for you to come to terms with this. So getting back to that first question that I asked you, why are you here? You better know the answer to that. If someone else is giving you an answer, then any hiccup you have, you're not going to be able to sustain your career here, okay? You should not be working with American Income if you just want to be a worker. You should be with American Income because you want to set yourself financially free, okay? The only way to set yourself financially free here is for you to take absolute accountability for yourself. And there is no title that's going to give that to you, okay? I have agents in my office that run better businesses than some SGAs in this company. That is the plain old truth. And I don't care. I'll say that to the whole SGA body. If you think being an SGA is what makes you do well, you are so sorely mistaken. That title means jack fucking shit. Do you guys understand that? So when you come in here as an agent, do you have a worker mentality or do you have an entrepreneur mentality, right? How many of you guys have heard that term, entrepreneur? Thumbs up if you've heard being an entrepreneur. That's what this world is filled with. A lot of entrepreneurs. It's really cool. It sounds really good. Oh man, what do you do for a living? I run my own business. Yeah, but you live in your mom's basement and you're fucking broke, okay? So what is the point? What is the point of that, okay? I rather have ownership of what I do and work alongside other entrepreneurs that have a similar mindset as me, and we're all doing well. At the end of the day, you're here to set yourself financially free, to make more money, and to do well. But the only way you can maximize the opportunity that you've been given is if you stop being a worker and you start to take ownership of what you're doing. And I want to be clear, ownership is not titles. Write that down. Ownership is not titles. If you think, well, when I become an SA, I'll be better. Or when I become a GA, I'll be better. Or when I become whatever, you don't get it. It's from day one when you become an agent that you take complete ownership, you will do very well at this opportunity, okay? So that's the first thing that you have to come to terms with, that you want to be and you want to train to be an excellent entrepreneur, okay? Next thing you should write down is training is not something that you did, it's something that you do, okay? It's an ongoing process, right? As I said before, right, Laura? Process. It's actually process. I've been Americanized, okay? So thinking about the process of getting, collecting, setting, and protecting referrals, this has to be something that you're totally committed to, okay? If I asked you guys what's more important, skill versus will, how many of you would say skill is more important? How many of you would say will? Raise your hand if you would say that will is more important than skill. Okay, so that's another problem with today's world, right? You, me, we all live in this world where everyone is about, I have heart, I'm motivated, but you have no skill, okay? There is nothing more important in business than skill. There is nothing more obnoxious in business than incompetence, okay? It's just like when you go and you approach, I don't care, you're at McDonald's and you meet someone and they can't even do their job properly, it's annoying, okay? When you are a business owner, you are never allowed to be incompetent. You have to know how to do it all, and you have to be very, very much 100% motivated to learn, develop your skills. Your skill set is your number one differentiating factor from everyone else in your same line of business. Do you understand that? So what skills should you possess when you work with American Income that can make you the most money? There is no bigger skill that you could have that could set you apart than to be working on referrals. And when I say working on referrals, that is your ability to collect, set, and protect them, okay? Because we all know people that are really good at collecting referrals. Like I used to have agents that could collect 100 referrals, and we would clap for them and like, man, you're so amazing. But they couldn't close them for shit, right? So you're not really good at sales. You should go and learn how to sell those referrals to someone else who can close them, right? And before you can close someone, you have to be able to make an appointment off of them, right? So this is why I say collect, set, protect. Those 3 things are 3 skills that you have to have under your belt. You cannot get away with not being excellent at these 3 things, okay? So if you are not brilliant, excellent, spectacular at these 3 skills, you are already losing. You've got to get good at this. You've got to dedicate your time to practicing this. Why do I say practice? Because the only way to develop skill is through what? It's one word. What is it? Who can unmute and say it?
Training.
Repetition. Repetition. So AP, our iPhone. Okay, you got it. It is repetition. So this is why it takes time to be excellent, okay? And in today's world, again, do people want to do anything that takes time? No, right? This is the day of Amazon, right? You order something, you expect it to be at your doorstep that same day. You're mad if it takes like 2 days to get something, okay? So this is why entrepreneurs today, people that are business warriors, are people that can train their mind to not think and be like everyone else today, okay? It sounds so simple that you should be able to give people leads and they should do better. I'm telling you this, if you want to ruin someone, give them leads, okay? And that's what I have trained my brain to understand, and I've trained everyone around me in my business to really know and understand. And until you grasp that internally for yourself, you're never going to really want to do what it takes to be successful. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is you're not going to be successful, not in this business, not in any business, okay? Because even if you're a lawyer, you got to know how to do referrals. Even if you're a doctor, go through that list again. There's no escaping it because entrepreneurs know how to create customers, okay? So I would write that down. What is the job of an entrepreneur? It is to create customers. And how we create customers in here is through referrals, okay? So this is where you should draw. Take a piece of paper, take a blank piece of paper, put a line down the middle. On one side, you should put entrepreneur. On the other side, you should put worker. Those are 2 different people, okay? How does an entrepreneur have to behave and how does a worker have to behave? After you make that list, you got to look at your list and say, like, how do I behave? Do I behave like a worker or do I behave like an entrepreneur? To be successful here, you've got to do one thing. You've got to learn how to unlimit this opportunity, right? So this is, you guys know who this is? This person sits on my desk, right? You guys know who that is? Bernard Rappaport, right? Laura is also on my desk. She made it on my desk. She's good. Alrighty, so Bernard Rappaport created this company, and he didn't create a union company. Let this sink in. He created opportunity, what? Unlimited. That's what he created, okay? So when you come into this, you've got to know, like, are you working opportunity unlimited? The only way that you can unlimit this opportunity is to find a way to be able to protect as many people as possible. Okay. So this is through referrals again. So when people get into business, there's a list of why people fail in business. And when you come in here, you are in business. You are a business person, right? There's a list of the top 10 failures of business. What I know is that you don't need 10 reasons to fail. All you need is one, right? So like, what is number one? Number one is there's no market, okay? So this is important for you to understand, because if you don't have a market in business, you're going to fail. Do we have that issue? Does the marketplace need our products? Yes. This is why insurance is the best thing in the world to sell, because who needs it? Everyone needs what we have. People with no money, people with lots of money, people that are young, people that are old, people that are working. Don't deal with people that are not working. They need it. Just don't deal with them. Got it? I tell my team all the time, pick up that folder. What does it say on the back of that folder? Protecting working families. Oh, you don't have a job? Okay, you don't get a plan. Okay, so this is what you have to understand about what we do. So the need is there. What you have to do is unlimit it for yourself. So we said to ourselves, this is why we're here, to be financially independent. That should be at the top of your list. You should have high enough goals that you need to make more than an average person. If you need to make more than an average person, you've got to do more than an average person. This is why every day when you wake up, you've got to be working on your skill, okay? I'll tell you this. How many of you like wake up and watch motivational videos? You're going to fucking die. Stop doing that shit, okay? This stuff like pumps you up and then slowly kills you, okay? This is why there's never been more motivational information out there. And people, are they stronger or weaker today? Weaker, so weak, right? You've got to ask yourself, do you wake up in the morning and go to work on your skills? How many of you like know insurance, know products, know everything about it? I'll tell you, if you put my people up against any other salespeople in any insurance company, we will crush you. We will crush you, like Mr. Leary says, like the cockroach that you are, okay? Because we are really good at our skill. And so ultimately, yes, we train agents to be really good at insurance, okay? Not to be good at like wanting it as bad as you can breathe. We train you to be really good at what you do. We do insurance. Be excellent at it. So this is something you all have to work on. No one can do it for you. That time that you have in the morning when you wake up, or any time that you have, if you're not plugging in to develop your skill, the person beside you is, and one day they're going to swallow you, okay? That's what business does. It's the people that are the best at what they do, they get to last and be good. And if you're not working on it, then you are allowing for other people to be better at it than you, okay? So the first thing we have to cover here is skill is essential. Why you are here is something you need to sit down with yourself and say, a referral culture is the only thing that's going to make me last in business and be fruitful for a long period of time. If you come into this company and come into the insurance industry for a short period of time, you will not do well, right? Any person that you ask who's been in insurance for over 10 years, are they wealthy? Yes. Any person who you see in an insurance for under, I would even say like under 5 years, are they wealthy? No. Even when you start in this business, you shouldn't be wealthy, because you should be reinvesting every cent and every capital that you have back into your business. So if you came here as an agent and your first year you bought I don't know, a Porsche or Ferrari, whatever it is, you don't get this business, okay? I'm a car person. I have multiple Ferraris, Lamborghinis, we're at, I think, 9 or 10 Porsches now, but that didn't happen overnight. This is like over a long period of time. Every year, it took me about 6 to 7 years of reinvesting into this business before I started to actually buy nice things. Okay? Before I had a Louis purse, like I see people that come into this opportunity, before you go get a Louis purse, make sure you have more money than what the actual purse costs. Otherwise, you don't deserve to have that purse, right? Girls, ladies, you ever heard of guess, right? Go guess it up before you Louis it up. Does it make sense, right? See this guy here, James? He's like, yes, please, someone tell them. Okay, so I want for you guys to understand that so much of this is like changing a culture. Changing a culture is the hardest thing that you could do, okay? And the only way that it can happen is if you have people in your culture that like think as one and are not easily distracted, okay? Which is damn near impossible to do today. This is why you have to be really, really steadfast in your approach to this, okay? And you have to want it. You have to want to be financially free, right? What do you think is the number one reason why people get into business? Who knows? I need feedback, so someone talk to me. What do you think is the reason that people get into business?
They want to control their future.
So he's right on. That didn't take very long. If I ask most people that, it takes like a while to get that. So the number one reason why people get into business is they want to be their own boss, which is the biggest bullshit reason. And it's not ever going to happen for you, by the way, right? So like it's like saying, I want to have kids so I have more free time. No, fake news, not happening. Okay.
I want to set my own hours.
Yeah. So if you get into business to be your own boss, this is part of the problem, right? So there are things though that you can do to be more in control. Like he said that word control, which is very important. People that are really good entrepreneurs are good at control. Okay. And so you've got to ask yourself now, what are the things that control you in this business? If leads control you, are you really in control of your business? No, you're not. And I'm not talking about managers. I'm talking about even at an agent level. When you are at an agent level, if leads control you, you're not going to be in control. You're not going to feel like you're an entrepreneur. You're not going to feel like you're growing your own business. And it's not inspiring. You don't really have ownership of what you're doing. One of my top producers, she's a phenomenon. No leads right now. For the past 4 weeks in a row, she wrote $15,000, right? There is no possible way that I could supply an opportunity with her, with leads, for her to write this level of business. So if she was dependent on leads, she would tap out probably at like 5,000-6,000 a week, right? It's only if she got referrals from those leads that she would be able to like grow, multiply. So when you first start in this business, if you get handed anything, you have to understand it's called a lead for a reason. It's supposed to lead you to somewhere else, okay? Laura doesn't hand out a bunch of dead ends. They're called leads. They are designed to get you somewhere else, okay? And that's what you have to do. This is where your focus has to be, because this is what's going to set you free. If you can only increase your skill through repetition, you need to be able to create more customers, and that's why you have to master that art of collecting, setting, protecting referrals, which is a basic thing in this business, right? Do you guys have a culture and classes and workshops on how to collect, set, and protect referrals? Yes. So this is what you have to do. I'll tell you this right now, you probably don't do it enough, right? You got to do it more. You have to get people excited about referrals, because they have to see how this sets them free, right? My first year as a producer, I was able to make it on stage, Okay, I don't talk about it often because I was number 10. If you're boasting about number 10, you're still a loser. Okay, so I was able to make it on stage, but guess how many unions I sold that year? It was 2, right? It was 2 old and abused unions. And Laura's laughing because I hated these people. And I mean, I know, please don't tape record this and share this with people, but they were annoying. And I swear on my life, I think unions have a 50% retention, right? One of them will keep them, one of them won't. Referrals are not like this. You know, we had an MG at that time that like entrained into us, get referrals. If we got anywhere to see, if I did a POS appointment, I was thinking, how do I get more referrals? One of my biggest sales, I still remember his name. His name was James Nakin. I door knocked him at 9:00 at night, and he was my first business that I ever wrote. He lined me up with his daughter who had a business with all these referrals. That's what blew me up. In that week, I did over 10,000, and I started thinking to myself, like, this is crazy. It explodes what you're capable of doing, okay? And trust me, how many of you have written a 10,000 plus ALP week? Like today, what you get paid on that is not what I got paid. You get paid a lot more money, right? And it's a big difference when you get paid off of 10,000 ALP versus 1,000 ALP, right? 1,000 ALP per week. If you do that just on a weekly basis, how much do you write for the year? 50,000, right? So let's say that take away everything, it's 25,000 a year. I tell everybody it's still good. Don't get yourself confused. If all you can do is 1,000, writing 1,000 ALP at American income is still better than working somewhere else, because at least I'm building my retirement. At least I'm building renewals. I'm still learning skills. I'm around other people that think better than the other garbage that's out there, right? My environment is completely different. So eventually I can move from writing 1,000, maybe next year I'll write 2,000, right? If I write 2,000 ALP every week for a year, what is that at the end of the year?
100,000.
Right, that's a $50,000 job, which is still a better job because I got renewals, residuals, than if I was somewhere else. And you can do this with leads. It can happen. But what is when you can get yourself to a place where you're writing 10,000 a week, what is your income? 10,000 times 52, what is it?
250,000. 500,000, so 250,000.
Does a person who makes $50,000 have a different life than someone who makes $250,000? They're not living in the same world. They're not exposed to the same things. This is the most important thing that you should understand. And how many of you have children? How many of you want to have children? Why I work so hard is because it's not about what I get exposed to right now. It's about what my children and what my children's children will get exposed to, right? I am all for, like, the Chicago is a beautiful place, Illinois, right? But I pay $55,000 a year in taxes for my home. You know why I pay that? So my children and my children's children will not be around the people that are shooting everyone else. Do you guys understand that? What kind of life do you want to have for you and your children and your children's children? That's why I work hard up until now. And I think, like, if you have, this is why when people talk about you need to have a reason and a why, if all you want is to be a worker and to just do like mediocre, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not why you should be here. That's not why you should be here. You should be here to set yourself apart. Why do we work like no one else? So we can live like no one else. And this is why you've got to push yourself. So when you're around people that are doing like normal, average things, that doesn't mesh with you. It doesn't sit with you. You don't act and behave like them, right? Right now, it's noon. What are most people doing? For you guys, it's noon. What are most people doing?
Eating lunch.
Yeah, eating their bullshit lunch with bullshit people, right? Well, how many of them are growing and developing their minds? Not many, right? And you guys don't have to be here, right? You don't have to be in this video. You're choosing to develop your skill sets because you are more excited about eating knowledge than you are about eating like junk food that's killing you anyways. And that's what you have to get excited about. And you've got to trick your brain not to think and be and breathe like everyone else, okay? And so when Laura asked me to speak to you guys about like a referral culture, like there's nothing more exciting to me than this, because this is just about like growing a business. If you want to set yourself apart as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, then there's no question. It's not up for discussion, right? When people come into our agency, we don't hire you unless you understand that we are not a welfare office. We are not here to give you feed outs. We are here for you to grow skills so you can produce and you can add to this engine, not subtract, not divide, and not take away from this. That's it. We won't even hire you. Okay? So the people that we have in our office are at a different caliber. Doesn't mean some don't fall through the crack, right? That always happens. But you will know right away, because the people that fall through the crack that are only interested in like a weekly income and doing the minimum, it's uncomfortable as hell to them, right? They are not going the extra mile. How many of you go the extra mile every day, every week, every month, every year? Are you the go-to person when things need to get done? Are you the kind of person that can take that added pressure, right? That's what business is. Business is extreme amounts of pressure and chaos, but it's not an issue to us because we are solution finders. That's what entrepreneurs are. You can give us a problem, we find a solution, okay? So don't just like it or like the idea of being an entrepreneur. I'm telling you to act like it, okay? Act like it, where you are in complete control, right? Look at Veronica. Would I buy a plan from her? She's saying, yes, you would, right? So I could scan right now and pick a name, right? I won't do that to you. If Laura lets me, I will, because I don't really care about your feelings, right? But I will tell you this right now. You are in business for yourself. You are a walking billboard for the standards that you have. And nobody is interested in doing business when you can't even like wash your face, brush your teeth, and look presentable. Do you guys understand that? Nobody cares that you have 3 kids and it's chaos. When it comes to showtime and you need to have your stuff in order, you need to come with your best foot forward and say and look, not say, it needs to look like you are a business professional so people want to be and do business with you, okay? That isn't how you sit. Are you slouched right now? Or are you sitting and like actively listening to change your life right now? All these little things matter, right? If you're passively doing this, then what's going to happen is this opportunity is going to pass you by and you're not going to get the most out of it, okay? I came into this opportunity 14 years ago and it's changed my life. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very, very grateful for the people that I've met here, Laura being the first, right? So we've maintained this relationship for 14 years because it's out of respect for what we go through, okay? And that's what's going to happen to you in time. When you see people that last in business, it doesn't matter what business they're in. You have respect and regard for them because of what they've been through. Do you understand that? Okay? So you guys have to invest in yourselves. Don't wait for someone else to invest in it for you. Okay? That is a worker mentality. A worker's thinking like, oh, why do I have to take this out of my income? Because it pays you more, right? You have to take out of your income to invest into yourself to grow your income. There is nobody that can do that for you, okay? It is all about it falls on your shoulder, okay? So a couple things that I want to wrap up with is, for teaching the skills, that's the beauty of this. It's the easiest thing that you guys can do right now to like grow massively in terms of your agency. It's not like I'm telling you have to do something revolutionary and it's going to take time. What is going to take time is you selling yourself on this idea every single day, right? I don't allow my managers to teach anything else, meaning they don't even field train anything else. Because if we have a referral culture and they go out there and people are watching them do leads, how would that agent be trained? Not very well. So, and that's what creates a war in their head, and this is why they can never get off and do it well, okay? So we have incentives for them. We get them to practice, to do well, but it starts from our hiring, it starts from our training, it starts from everything from day one. The referral culture is built in, okay? It's not like we get you to come in here and then we say we have leads and then it's like, actually it's referrals. That's not what we do here. We are very transparent and we either want you on our team or we don't. We're not trying to sugarcoat it, okay? So we work in an industry that's very competitive. Would you guys agree? It's competitive. How many of you guys get recruited all the time from other insurance companies? I'll show you something. Want to see something? So how many of you get recruited by other companies? Raise your hand. What do you do when they recruit you?
Send an email saying that I'll meet with them if they come meet with us.
Okay.
Get them to come to us instead of going to them.
Okay. You want rats on your team?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, right? Someone sent me this message. What was my response? Can you see it? Someone sent me a message saying, Sabrina, check this out. Life insurance agents, higher contracts, lots of leads. My response, go fuck yourself. Okay? Get yourself to that place in your life where that stuff doesn't sway you. Number one, why do you think they pay you a higher contract at these other companies?
Because you're the one paying for the leads.
Yeah, buddy. That's it. So you have money to pay them back. You understand that? I will tell you this. In this company, if you are not balling and making ridiculous money, you're probably not on a referral culture, number one. And number two, you better get your ass to work. That's as simple as it is. Simple as it is. If you're a manager, you better recruit. That's all it is. This is not brain, like this is not high intensity. Like you don't need to be very intellectual to do well here. Believe me, I've seen some not very smart people doing very well here, okay? So I had to learn how to turn my brain off to do well here. Then I turned it on to be a smarter business person and to teach and to train people how to be better business people, okay? But I will tell you this, don't be a numbnut. What's a numbnut? What is it, James? Come on. Ryan, I know you know. What is it?
Someone who's not aware.
Idiot.
Open your eyes. Like, you guys signed a contract of a lifetime. It's an unlimited opportunity, right? Stop jockeying what everyone else is doing and go work on yourself. Like, I get that today is the age of social media, but for the amount of people that I just see people jockeying other people's shit, it's so fucking annoying. Go work on yourself. Go work on your craft. Go be a person who said, I signed a contract to do phenomenal. I'm here. I'm serious about my business. Go be a person who's a serious entrepreneur. How many real entrepreneurs that started a business have time to go on social media and jock other people's stuff? You don't have much time. You have to be serious about your craft. I want you to start thinking like this. You guys are in an area with heavily educated people. That's why I love cities, right? People that are really good in business, that can really flourish. Like Laura's in Boston. This is why I have respect for her. I'm in Chicago. People like New York, I have respect for people that can flourish in cities, major cities. Why? Because people have brains, right? And if you can sell to people that have brains, that means you're good at selling. If someone gives you a lead and all you have to do is read off of a script, say a couple things, push some buttons, you're not really in sales, right? You're just easily replaceable is what you are, okay? When you have to go and think and put effort in and actually work, this is why we are hired as sales professionals to do. Because if American Income created such a great software, essentially they shouldn't really need us. They could just email this zip file to everyone else. They'd pick a plan, buy it. Salespeople are needed. We are needed to talk to people, to see what's going on. We are needed to grow the business. Can this business grow on its own? No. We are needed to actively be working to grow this business, okay? So never ever forget how important you are in this entire process. You are massively important in this process. You're important to grow the business. You're important to grow yourself, your life, your legacy, right? I took my last name, Lloyd, and it stands for leaving a legacy of your dreams, right? You guys have dreams. I have dreams. We all have different dreams. But this is why we're here. Because one day we won't be here, guys. Just like the clients that we meet, those conversations you have with them, have them with yourself. One day you won't be here. And what will you have left to show and share with your family? You know what's amazing about this opportunity? The day you leave, they're going to get all your renewals, right? What if you leave and they get a $55 a month check from you? What are they going to think about you? What the hell were you doing? Right? What if you leave and they get a $5,500 check from you? They're going to think like, wait, this is the company that you work so hard for, and I'm getting a check from a company where you passed away and they're sending me a check every single month. What are they going to think about this company? The greatest thing ever. Do you think that? What are they going to think about you? They're going to think, thank God you didn't take this opportunity lightly, and just you were diligent and dedicated. What if you could get it to be $50,000 a month and up? Think about what you do to your legacy. And I just want for you guys to understand, like, that's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why we are so passionate about what we do. Because the people that are here longer, that's what grows. Our passion grows. If you're very passionate from day one, you know, I wasn't. I had to pay my bills. We first come here for money, but money isn't what keeps you here, right? Money is not what keeps you here. It's going to be things like relationships, knowing the right people, making sure that you are a stand-up individual, your character. All those things are important, right? And that's why we work on these things. But the true test of your character, of your entrepreneurship, of your business savviness, of your business mindset, you know, to me, it's like, do you have a referral culture? Because you're not really in business for yourself. You're not really doing something that is yours if you need to be fed something before you can produce. Do you guys understand that? Do you guys really understand that? Because if that's the situation, really what you are is you're just a worker, right? And that makes you easily replaced. And you should never be here so that you're easily replaced. What we do is so rewarding, and you should be building up your accounts like no one else. And you should be taking this opportunity very, very seriously. So I want for you guys to understand that there's no magic behind what we do, but the magic of us and our team is the way we are, right? And that's something that is a culture. And so referrals has to be a culture. It has to be something that's ingrained from day one if you want to be really serious about it. You can't dabble with it. You've got to go all in, okay? And you can't, if you are dabbling with it, like you get some referrals and you're okay, I promise you it's explosive what can happen if you go all in. But you're going to have a constant war in your head where it's like, I don't know if this is really right. Some days it'll be harder, some days it'll be easier. But whatever you commit yourself to, ultimately you have to make a decision like, this is why I'm doing it, to be in control, to make sure that I am unlimiting my opportunity, to make sure that when I die, my family doesn't get a check for $55. They get it for $5,000, $50,000, whatever it may be. Okay? Remember this, if you're not here, they're not getting any checks. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So take care of your time, take care of your energy, make sure that you are doing things that are generating revenue. So we do things like open your eyes, go out there right now, right? And look at all the businesses that are around you. Look at all the people that are around you. When you protect a business, it's 10 times more than if it was just a person, right? Businesses need insurance. They spend money on insurance. You might as well be the one providing it with them, okay? You've got to know your products. When you're in a home, you've got to know your products better than anyone else so you can maximize the referrals and build extreme value in the products that you have so people want to give you referrals. Did you guys get approved for the increase in the A71? Hello! That is an amazing thing. That is an amazing thing. I don't think people understand how massive that is. And you know what's crazy? I have been pushing for this. 3 weeks ago, I texted David Zoffin, our president, and said, what's going on with this A71 benefit? And then 2 weeks later, boom, it's here. Keep your eyes open. Ask for things that are going to generate more for you, right? Don't ask for stuff. Stuff, who cares about stuff? Stuff will always come to you. You'll always have stuff if you're doing well. Look at everything. Spend your money on things that make you more money, right? So these things that you guys are teaching yourselves, the main thing you should get out of today is start treating yourself like you are a business, not a worker. Look at yourself and say, how is my business spending all of the money that it's getting to create more customers and more revenue? Okay? It shouldn't be just about paying your bills. And look at your bills and say, do I have the bills of a person or a business? Am I spending money and investing money into things that make more money? Or is it just in basic survival stuff? You go and sit down with people and go through their bills. All they're spending on is stuff to like get through the day, the month, cable, phone, whatever, right? Look at what you're spending your money on and say like, is this stuff creating more for me to keep me in business for a longer period of time? Because you've got to toughen up. You've got to know that business is a tough sport, and you've got to make sure that you are doing things, making the right decisions to position yourself to be able to win. You have to first and foremost unlimit this opportunity for yourself. So give yourself a challenge. Start off saying, in the next 30 days, 75% of my business is going to come from referrals. That's the first challenge you should do. And then start to increase that. Start by giving yourself a challenge. In the next 30 days, I will collect 200 referrals. How easy is it to do that in this business with us? So easy. We have a multi-million-dollar computer program that is just designed. What's the best thing it did? The best thing this company did was create that laptop. Why? What's the greatest part of that laptop presentation?
It does a lot of things for you and it builds the value for you.
No. That's your job.
It prompts you to collect
Let's
referrals.
referrals.
Build value for you. listen to me. Don't you ever let that laptop build value for you. You really suck if that laptop, hello, welcome to American Income. Holy shoot myself in the fucking head, okay? That should not be building value for you, okay? Who's building value?
You are.
We are.
You, okay? What is the greatest thing that that laptop does?
It allows you to get into the senior combo without having to write it all down.
It prompts us to collect referrals.
Referrals.
Boom, James. That is all that laptop is. Do you guys understand that? That is all that laptop is. It is there to collect referrals for you, to get more, to bank them for you. Do you guys understand that? So don't skip through that part. That's the best part. That is the best part. Okay? I want you guys to like look at everything with different lenses. Just like when you put on like sunglasses and you see things different, start to look at everything through the lens of generating more, being in a referral mindset. The value has to come from you, okay? You are the special sauce to make it all come together. When you look at yourself, say, do I look like a business or do I look like a worker? Your dress matters, right? Who you are, what you put into yourself, it does matter, okay? Don't take this lightly, guys. This is not something that can, happen overnight. It's something that you have to dedicate yourself to in an overall process, which you very well can do. But what you can do right away is you can make a decision to start doing it right now. Don't wait till you have to. Start doing it right now. That's the biggest problem. You guys, if you have something, it's easy to go back to it. Well, I will tell you this. If you see a shortcut in life, don't take it. Do not take it. If you see a shortcut in life, don't take it, because that's what warriors do. We carve our own paths out. Does it make sense? Yes? Okay, so I'm done. I'm really just wanted to get into your mindset today. I know in terms of doing workshops and courses and classes, that's an ongoing thing. Every week you have to be training that, not just to your agents, but you have to be teaching it. You have to be reminding yourself of how important it is, okay? It's never going to go away. More leads is not the answer. That's the biggest lie you've ever been told, right? If you saw someone who is in a financially difficult state, is more money, giving them money, the answer? No, absolutely not. What would happen to them? They'd be in a bigger hole. Do you understand that? It is about teaching that person how to handle money, how to spend it, and how to make it work for them. That's what the solution is. So when people come into business, giving them resources is not the answer. It's teaching them how to be resourceful. That's what makes strong business entrepreneurs. Got it, guys? Yes? All right, I'm out. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But Laura, I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was on point. Chris is giving you a big round of applause. I think everybody can just unmute themselves right now. We can give Sabrina a big round of applause, say thank you, and we know how valuable your time is.
Sabrina.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't get offended by language, all that stuff. My biggest thing is don't get offended. Get inspired. Get like so excited. This is why I created like Soldier Up. The world is fucking weak, okay? You be strong. You own it. Own everyone. Go around and start taking ownership of everything. There's no better time in human history to be alive, because there's so much out there. There's so much money floating around. There's so many people that are lost. Go help them. Go give value to people. You go and we go into people's homes. After 2 hours, we make them wealthy. We get wealthy. When you see lost people, say, hey, do you want to stop being lost? Do you want to be around other people that are not lost? I can change your motherfucking life. That's what I do. I change people's lives. You have that same capability. So I want you guys to get excited about that. That's the power that's inside of you. And never, ever take that for granted. Wake up every morning and jump out of your bed and be like, I am a maker of difference in this world, because you are. Every family that you talk to, every referral that you get, every person that you recruit, you make their lives better. That's a powerful thing. It's not just about you getting better. That's why we get exponentially better here, okay? And that's why we are irreplaceable, because no one can have the effect on other people's lives like you. And never forget that. You are God's greatest creation, okay? Thank you, guys. Love you.
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sabrina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.